critical COVID moment, right? Okay, right. So now I would like to pass the time to Billy. Hi, Billy.
Hi,
Okay,
hi
please.
everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening. I hope everybody is well, staying stable and healthy and happy in this pandemic time. It's not easy. Honestly, it's not easy. I would understand a lot of people are going through a lot of tough time. It can be physical, it can be financial, it can even be mental. So that is a very important aspect of life. Yeah, but stay positive and try to be happy. Okay, let's dive straight into the business of the day. Talking about Vantros IM Laser. First and foremost, as I always say, as a professional pharmacist, whatever you do, never cause harm to yourself. That's the most important thing. Right. So whatever you do, it may be something that you want to take as a supplement, something that you may want to use a device, or even you want to go into some spiritual aspect of things in your life, meditation, yoga, or whatever. Make sure that it doesn't harm you. That's the most important thing. So before we use any device or anything that we try to indulge ourselves in our life, try to make sure that you study it well, understand it well before you proceed. So as for my case, the IM laser, I was introduced by my upline while I was in Australia in August 2019. So I have a lot of time on my hand. I was staying with my children and the grandchildren. So I took a lot of time, about 3 days and 3 nights, sitting in front of a computer and checking on this low light laser therapy. It's not new to me because I've actually seen this been used in the hospitals in the physiotherapy department for treatment of pain, right? And inflammation for patients who are suffering from stroke and accident, traumatic pain. So I really looked into that. I went to internet, I looked into it in all aspects of the low light laser therapy, or you call it LLLT. After going through for 3 days and 3 nights of reading, I conclude that this is definitely a very good device to use for health, right? Uh, Not so much as to sell, but for my personal health. I was considering for my personal health because I am in a way quite comfortable with my life for the last many years. I haven't really doing any business or other than that my running my own community pharmacy. I do a lot of charity work instead of doing making money for myself, right? So it's basically for myself. So when I realized that this device is so good, so I did want to look into what is this device going to provide for me, for my health especially. So I first and foremost, before you buy any device or any supplement, before you take it, make sure you study it well. So in this case, for a device like IM laser, it's very important to find the endorsement for this product. Now, if you go into the internet, you can see a lot of laser product, probably thousands of them, right? Not hundreds, but thousands of them. And it can range from things like maybe 200 ringgit to 5,000, 8,000. Yeah, all kinds of devices using laser light for treatment, laser therapy. And also at the same time, there are small and big machines, right? Machines that are big that can be used in for surgery, for physiotherapy, for beauty, yeah, for aesthetic purposes. So all these kinds of machines are available on internet, and so you must be able to identify whether this device is actually good or not. So the endorsement is very important. It's just exactly like buying a car. Now, if you're going to go and buy a Rolls Royce, of course, you don't really need to think so much other than whether you can afford to buy it, because it is definitely world renowned. It's fully endorsed. That is the most expensive car in the world. No doubt it's not very nice to drive. You should be driven in that car. But as the quality of the car is concerned, it's already endorsed by the world, right? So that's the same criteria I would use to look into a product that I wanted to use for myself, especially for my own health. So I looked into that. In the first place, I realized that this device has earned the silver award in 2019 April in Geneva International Convention for New Invention Products in the World. There are many thousands of products been exhibited by more than 40 countries in various categories. And to be able to win this award as a silver medalist in this kind of Switzerland Health Geneva Convention, it tells you a lot that this is definitely a good product. It's just like if you just say that yeah, you want to buy a Mercedes or BMW or Porsche, then of course people will say, oh, that must be a good car. But it suddenly comes that you want to buy some weird name car, like no, then people are wondering how good is this car, where it comes from, can it perform this and that. So if you want this award, this already endorsed by international bodies that this product is definitely good and can stand for itself for what it claims. So this is very vital. Apart from that, there are a lot of certificates apart from the Malaysian Ministry of Health uh, giving them the license to trade as a home device, right? It's a class 3B home device by the Ministry of Health Malaysia, as well as Care International, saying that it complies with the certification for what is meant for as a home use medical device. So these are the important factors for me. Apart from that, I realized that FDA have approved it since 2019, and NASA have been using it for their spacemen way back in the early 2000. FDA 2001 certification has been approved as a home use device, LLT. So all this endorsement together with the European CE, there's a certificate of efficiency in Europe, which is very difficult to get. To be able to sell the product in Europe, you got to have this certification. And they also got this ISO 138 485, things like that. So as far as the product is concerned, the endorsement is absolute. I would say it is absolute in the sense that it's definitely good. So to be able to stay at par away from those that you have seen in the internet that is costing 200 ringgit, 500 ringgit, 800 ringgit, then you know that this product definitely have its own place. It's a niche product. It's the only product in the world that has a 3-in-1, meaning to say it uses acupuncture, which is a Chinese traditional uh, treatment therapy about 6,000 years, right? And you have low light laser therapy, that's a Western therapy, which is approved by the FDA since 2001. And it has the magnetic therapy, which is actually recorded about 6,000 years ago in the Yellow Emperor Medical Encyclopedia. That's the Chinese Emperor Medical Encyclopedia. So these three therapies together combined into one device is the only one in the world. There's none other. And of course, the important thing is when you come to think of laser light, you can actually buy a diode for maybe 30 cents to 50 cents and lay the whole thing out and then put on electricity and shine on whatever you have, right? You can do that. It's very easy. You just go to the shop. But important thing is this device able to provide what it claims to be good? Meaning to say, the consistency of the pulsation, the consistency of the light, laser light that is provided by the LEDs, and also the efficacy of this device in terms of the claims that they have. Right? I am a professional. I do not overclaim. I do not say that you can clear everything in your life. No, it's definitely will not be able to do that. But I have personally used it since October 2nd, 2019. I started using it until now. It has helped me tremendously in my personal life, in my health, especially in my health, in general, in many ways, which I will relate to you as we go along. So this low light laser therapy has been endorsed. So it is what it does is laser light that is penetrating into your, when you wear on your left wrist at the neck point, the laser light with the pulsation will be able to open up 361 acupoints in the whole body. So that is how the Chinese therapy is all about, opening up all the channels in the body so your qi can move, right? Your qi can move around the body. Once your qi is blocked, then you will encounter numbness, pain, difficulty of movement, mobility, inflammation. That's what the Chinese therapy is all about. So you got to move the qi smoothly around the body. And how would I be able to identify that it actually helps? Actually, for me as a pharmacist, I don't know about the qi. I'm not a qigong master. But in the event that I started doing this, I met Assistant Commissioner of Police in KL, a friend of mine, to introduce this product to him. So one Sunday we met up, and he brought a guy over with him, a gentleman, which is quite old, 70 plus. So I said, this is good for acupuncture, this the qi and all that kind of thing. So I said, you let Mr. Ng wear. So I let Mr. Ng pour the thing on his wrist and then put it in his nose. In just about a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, this Mr. Ng says, oh, this is a fantastic device. So I said, can you please explain to me why this is a fantastic device? Why you said that? Because I don't know who is this Mr. Ng. First time meeting him, I don't know who is he. So he says, so my friend says, actually, Mr. Ng is my Qigong master. Oh, I say, oh, I see. Yeah, so at least he knows what is he talking about. So in that case, he actually explained to me when he wore this device. So he said, this is a fantastic device. So that's how I recognize. I mean, it comes from a guy who has been practicing Qigong for the last 50, 60 years of his life and a master in Qigong to be able to tell me that this device actually provide that kind of effect on the body's Qi movement. So that is proof to me. So now we coming to the western part of it, the low light laser therapy. The low light laser therapy actually is using visual light at 650 nanometers. Now, in the light range, there are 300, 200, 300, 600, 800, and above that, say 800 and above, that are infrared lights that are causing heat to be produced. And they use this to cut metal, to cut operation for surgery. These are the infrared heat light. But this device is using 650 nanometer, which is visual light, but it does not produce any heat. That is called cold laser therapy. So in this case, a 650 nanometer laser light actually penetrates the body for 5 to 6 cm into the body's tissue. That's very important. That's why you can actually treat organs that are in your body, like kidney, your gastritis, your liver, things like that. You can use this to treat as a spot treatment. So this is very vital. This 650 nanometer bio visual light does not cause any side effect in terms of side effects on usage in the long term for the human body. It does not. It's a biological light, so it's very safe. What it does is the laser light strikes on the mitochondria of the cell. So we actually treating this intracellular system in our body, not just on the tissues or the organs, but intracellular therapy for the body. This low laser therapy, actually the light strikes on the mitochondria in the cells, and this stimulates the enzyme to produce ATP, adenosine triphosphate, nitric oxide, these are reactive oxygen species together with stem cells, which actually give this fundamentally effectiveness or efficacy of this device. So it strikes on the mitochondria of the cells, it secretes ATP. Now the adenosine triphosphate is something like the batteries in the cell. Like for the more batteries you have, the more alive the cells will be. So if you have a lot of ATP, when you use this laser device over a period of time, consistent using, then your body will have a big store of ATP. Now, this big store of ATP will generate very good life force in your body in terms of it builds up metabolism for the body, improve the circulation of the blood in the body. It helps you to carry oxygen to the body with the ROS, the reactive oxygen species, as well as the nitric oxide that's been produced by the stimulation of this laser light. This nitric oxide is actually a vasodilator. It opens up your blood vessel. That means it actually expands your blood vessel and make the mobility of the blood through your body so much easier. At the same time, it helps to carry oxygen to all organs in the body and nutrients which are very necessary for the nourishment of every organ in the body to be healthy. And at the same time, to remove excreta from the body to be taken out from the body as toxins. So actually, the blood serves only two purposes: to carry nutrients to the organs and throughout the body, and also to take out toxins from the body. So with this nitric oxide in the body increase, the blood vessel will be very flexible and very expanded. So the flow of the blood through the body to all the organs will improve tremendously. So your organs will be all very well nourished as well as detoxified at the same time. And oxygen going down to the cells, it will be very healthy in that terms, right? So at the same time, it also stimulates the production of stem cells in each individual organ that we have. Every organ have their own cell types and their own stem cells, and the cells will die off in a different period of time for every organ. So it will replace us with these new stem cells with the stimulation of this photobiostimulation using low light laser therapy. So it really helps us to replenish new cells to our body. So because of these four functions of the low laser light therapy, you'll be able to improve our immunity system, our lymphatic system, all the system of the body, like pulmonary system, our gastrointestinal system, uh, or endocrine system, all the system of the body, because the body works together as a whole. One for all for one. All the system have to work together to be healthy. Because if one fail, the other got to compensate. And once the other compensate, at the end of the day, everybody becomes weak. Then you have a total organ failure. Then, of course, as an organism, you will die. So that's very important to keep every one of them healthy. And with this device, you'll be able to do so because you are going through the whole body system, not just a particular organ. Every part of the body is treated with this device because we are treating intracellular system, every cell of the body. So when you use this device uh, and the left wrist on the pulse, the pulse side on the left wrist, and putting the nasal line into your nose, then in the nose, why you use that in the nose? A lot of people were feeling funny. Why don't you just wear it like a wash? It looks like a wash. So why not just wear it as a wash? Why put in the nose? So the thing is, when you use it in the nose, the the laser light will be able to stimulate all the muscles in the facial system, and all the blood, as well as stimulate the brain cells. And the blood circulation in the face and the brain will improve, and all the muscles will be healthy, right? That's why you need a laser cell. At the same time, in the nasal, in the nose, the epithelial cells are very thin, and the amount of capillaries uh, in the nose is very, very heavy. So the amount of blood flowing through there is something like about 56 seconds every cycle. So you'll be able to irradiate all the blood cells in your body many, many times over a period of half an hour when you use it. So this is the fundamental importance of using it in the nose. That's why, I mean, a lot of people find it very odd. Why of all the things, why they just wear it instead of wearing it in the nose, right? So that is the reason why you got to wear it in the nose. Now, the basic function of this device, as I say, is very simple. It give you more oxygen to all the organs in the body. It cleans the blood because it takes off the toxin from the body. It regulates the blood pressure because of the nitric oxide. It has a dilating system. It open up the blood vessels, so your blood pressure will come down. It's very simple. If you have the same pumping of blood going through a vessel, like say uh, 1 mm, right? Then the pressure is the same. If you use a 10 mm blood vessel, which is so much bigger, then the blood pressure will come down. Yeah, so that's how your blood pressure will be brought down because of this vasodilation process of nitric acid. Nitric acid. Then you have normalization of viscosity of the blood. As you can see, when we age, all our all our blood will be clogged together like clumps. For example, like this, I will show you. Now, this is what I can show you. Now, the one on the bottom is what our blood will be when we age, all cling together, right? So this is when we age, all the cells will be cling together. When we use this IM laser for just half an hour, your blood will be like the one on top, right? All open up individual cells. Because of this, the viscosity of the blood will come down. And this is very effective. This is a proof. I am not here to say things that are not factual. Now, you can go to any meeting that we have. If you have got the chance to be there, they are doing this live blood test. So you have your blood tested, 1 drop of blood. You let the whoever is there to do the testing for you. You can see the blood for yourself, how your blood looks like before you actually use this device. Then after taking a photograph of your own blood, then you use this device half an hour on your wrist. After that, you go again and test your blood by the same friend who is there. Then you'll be able to see the difference for yourself. What actually this device can do for you. Now, if you see these changes in your blood, I'm very sure you'll be very impressed because I have a very fantastic experience in that sense when I first started doing. I went for a meeting in Sungai Petani. So Alan Lee was doing the blood test. So I also went up and do my blood test just to see how I fare. So I know I have problems also. So I went to check up. Then a young guy, 30 over years old, sitting next to me. So he did his blood test, and his blood test came out much worse than much worse than this, much worse than this. Now this is already bad. He's even much worse than that. So I pat him at the shoulder. I said, "Hey, brother, you better be careful, man. The way I look at your blood, I think you're going to have a stroke or heart attack very soon." You know what he said? Uncle, he called me uncle because I already look like uncle already. So uncle, actually I already had a heart attack last month. That's why people ask me to come here. So I said, oh, like that. Then you better use this device so you don't play the fool, you will die. Man. So he actually bought the device on that evening. Yeah, upon my telling him that you better do it. So he bought. So that is my personal experience of what actually this device can do for your blood. So if you can see the blood be treated just half an hour with this device, and you can actually change your blood picture to that extent that it will be able to increase the viscosity of the blood by splitting out all the blood cells individually. And you can imagine that blood cells are carrying oxygen, every one of them, going to all parts of the body, your eyes, your brain, your organs, you see. So you will be very much alive and your organs will be much happier and healthier. That's for sure. Because you're receiving nutrients as well as oxygen. So you'll be very healthy. That is fantastic explanation I was explaining to him. So he is very happy. He bought the device immediately. And the other thing is remove toxicity. As I say, the blood has only two functions, very simple. So the other thing is to remove toxicity. So it clears out whatever mess or toxins that you have in the liver, in your kidney, in your intestines, whatever. It will take out from there and then comes out as sweat or urine or feces. No, these are all those toxins that are taken out by the blood from the organs out from the body. So you become a healthier person. Because can you imagine you have been eating and eating and taking all the rubbish inside your body, and it's not been taken out. Ultimately, you'll be poisoned to death. That's why we always have illnesses because of that. We are poisoning ourselves. So we need to take off the toxins, and that's what the blood does. It takes off the toxins from the body. So it restores cells function in the sense that it gives ATP. The adenosine triphosphate, the more adenosine triphosphate that you have in each individual cells, the more active and more efficient the cell will be. So can you imagine if you have a battery, a cell of 5 batteries and another cell of 20 batteries, which one would you want? Definitely you want the one with the 20 batteries so it can be performed faster, better pickup, better like 10 turbos charge, things like that, you see. So you will function more efficiently in your body. That is very important. So the ATP is fantastic, and that can be proven. Like for example, guys who have severe illness, for example, like just having a bypass or a severe illness, like from just recovering from COVID, which I will relate later, right? It tend to be very weak, right? Tend to be very weak after operation, long hours operation and all that. If the patient uses it, say a matter of 2 3 days, you can actually see the difference in him, the changes in him, the energy level that he has is fantastic. That's because of the ATP that's produced in the body. So that can be seen with aged people or people who has just recovered from illnesses. That is very obvious. That I can assure you, it is fantastic. So now coming to that, explaining the functions of the device, theoretical explanation, practical explanation. At the end of the day, the most important part of it is what can the device do for me, right? I'm sure all of you will ask the same question, right? You can be the best of everything you explain. Billy, you can explain A to Z. Right? Everything is fantastic because you're selling the product, right? But does it actually help me? What can it do for me? So, okay, that is very important. So, in that aspect, I would like to explain the things that it can actually do with this device. First and foremost, this device is very effective for anti-inflammatory. Means to say that if you have inflammation anywhere, you hurt yourself, you fell down, you fracture, or you sprain your leg or anything like that, you use the device on the spot as well as you use half an hour on the nose, you can see the swelling goes down. That's anti-inflammatory efficacy of this device is fantastic. That I can assure you. I have seen it with myself and it is very, very effective. A guy came into my shop, a classmate of mine. He sprained his ankle. He was hopping into my shop. Says, Billy, can you give me something very painful and then all bengkak like that? So I said, okay, you sit down on the side. I switch on the TV for him to watch. I put the device on the ankle, the swollen ankle, with no medication at all. Just to strap it up there. After 40 minutes and 4-bar treatment, I took off the device. I said, now you walk. Can you imagine my surprise? That's the first time I want. Actually, for me, it's just to test out this device. How good is this device, right? People say it's fantastic, is this and that. I don't believe. I want to see for myself. Is it true that it's so effective? So I took out the device. True enough, the ankle actually shrink. It shrunk so much, and then I asked him to walk. He can walk without limping. No analgesic, no medication, no Panadol, nothing. Just the device, and he can walk out from my shop with no medication. Just 40 minutes of treatment with 4 bars. That is a fantastic experience I have in terms of anti-inflammatory action. Then another very effective thing, of course, is pain reduction, analgesic effect, we call it, right? The analgesic effect is only be possible for the patient to realize it, not so much the practitioner. Like for me, if I give you some medication for your toothache, right, you will only be able to tell me whether it's effective or not because I can't tell you. I can tell you your tooth is no more paining or your tooth has lessened the pain by 80% or 70%. Only you can tell me. So, okay, What happened was when I first started this pharmacist of mine, I have another pharmacist. Her name is Kasturi. Right? She had a toothache. So he says, Uncle, I would like to take Panadol. So I says, Kasturi, why don't you just try this device? They said it's very good for analgesic effect. Why don't you just try it? At least we will know how effective it is. So I put it on her chin at the place where she had the toothache. And then I asked her to hold on for half an hour while watching TV, of course. Yeah, sitting there. And after that, true enough, she took off the device and then says, Uncle, no more pain. So that's how good the analgesic effect of this IM laser is. So it has proven to me already two incidences, analgesic effect and anti-inflammatory. Now, another very surprising effect that I've seen in terms of analgesic effect is I have met a retired matron, about 83 years old in KL. I was asked to see her because the brother, Dato here, asked her, you go to see my sister. She's suffering from headache for the last 3 years. And so happened that she's in PJ, so I went down to see her. And daughter is actually a professor in anesthesiology in Edinburgh University, a professor. So for the last 3 years, she came back. She did all whatever she can, MRI, CT scan, whatever, the brain and all that. Nothing happened. The pain is always there, 24/7. So what they do? They only give her paracetamol. Paracetamol, 1,000 milligram, 4 times a day for the last 2, 3 years. And they cannot identify the cause of the pain, why she have the severe headache, what causes it, is there a tumor, anything, nothing. It shows nothing, but she has the pain. So I was actually very skeptical that this device can actually help her. To be very honest, I am very honest guy. I could not lie. I am very skeptical, but I'm willing to try since I'm there. So I says, why don't we put the device on the head, put four bars, 40 minutes, and just tie it up, let her rest in the room. And while I talk to the husband is actually a director general of a ministry, a big man before, retired. So I spoke to him, explained to him the theory part of it, all that. After 40 minutes, the thing is over. We went into the room again to see the matron and asked her how she felt. And surprisingly, she says, hey, it's good. I don't feel any more pain. Oh, that's fantastic, man. So it's really fantastic for me to realize that this actually can work. I mean, irrespective of the etiology of the pain, which I don't know and nobody knows why she's having the headache. But the thing is, the problem is solved. She don't have the pain. So I put it again another round for her and let her rest, and then came out to the living room with the husband. And you know what the husband did? She just went to the drawer, took off the check. It says, may I know your name? So I says, Sim Bun Chuan, my actual name, my Chinese name. So he wrote Sim Bun Chuan. I given the card, Sim Bun Chuan. What is the cost? 3,008. He wrote the check. Then he tore out the check. Then he wanted to pass the check to me. And before he passed the check to me, you know what he told me? I mean, we English educated people, we say, I'm what it. You know, he said, actually, Mr. Sim, uh, I have already decided in my mind, even before you come to see me, that I will never buy anything that you sell. I don't care what you sell, but I definitely am not going to buy from you, right? But here you are, this is the check. It's a really fantastic feeling. It's not so much of the money. It's the effect that you can be able to save somebody from their suffering. That's what I'm doing with so much passion, actually. I mean, I'm not rich, but I'm comfortable. I'm very comfortable, right? But I feel fantastic to be able to relieve alleviate people's suffering, right? Which medically unable to do it, right? I mean, she have everything to her access. She can do anything. She has been to the University Hospital Specialist Center, pain center, everything, and nothing can be done. And just 40 minutes of this device, and it goes off. It's a fantastic experience I have. So from there onwards, I go on. I see another lady who is also about 80 odd years old with RA, rheumatoid arthritis. I tell you, when I saw her, I felt really very peaceful. She is, her fingers are all twisted together, all twisted like that. She has been suffering from RA for the last maybe 50 years, 60 years. Her toes are all crumpled out together, all crooked like that. And she is in tremendous pain. And she is suffering and under treatment from the university specialist department. And she is on to uh, way up, no more analgesic. She's on injectable methotrexate, things like that. It's very severe RA already. So a brother actually recommended, so she bought the device. Just 1-2 days after she bought the device, she called me, Mr. Billy, I would like to thank you very much. I really feel so much relief from my pain. Oh, fantastic, man. I mean, for RA, there's nothing you can actually do. There's no cure for RA, man. So what you can do is actually relieve the pain, and she has gone through everything, right? And she can just call and say, thank you very much. Oh, that really makes my day. Yeah. So that is my personal experience of all this, that over the years, I have sold more than 100, 200 devices to all my friends, and all of them are very well-placed people. I'm not those, roadside selling kway teow one. No, these are all highly educated professional people, right? So that is my personal experience. Other than that, nerve function. I got doctors who have Parkinson's disease. Yeah. After using for half an hour, you can see the tremors reduce. Of course, it's not cured. It cannot cure Parkinson, but you can actually see the calmness in the limbs that is actually tremor. It reduced tremendously. And this is talking about doctor. I talk about one lady who is about also 80 odd, staying in section 14, PJ. And the husband is a retired colonel. I went there, golfer too, golfer, so we can chat a lot. So then, the moment I entered, the lady was saying, uh, I'm okay. I'm perfectly all right. At that point of time, I was with my wife. It was raining heavily. We went there, big bungalow. And then we went there. She was actually doing sewing something. She got the Indonesian maid there. This uncle was very nice. And so he says, okay, so what are you here for? I said, the nephew asked me to come and see you, this and that. So it's okay. So auntie says, I'm all right. Look at me. I'm doing sewing, very calm, nothing. I said, okay, auntie, don't worry. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here because your nephew asked me to come and see you, see how I can help you. That's all. I'm not here to sell you things, please, because I've seen in the house there are a lot of devices that they have sold to the family. They have money, so people took advantage of them. A lot of devices, all kinds of devices to treat her, and she was actually suffering from Parkinsonism, and she was calm, perfectly normal. So I was talking to uncle. Uncle is very nice, so I explained to him what is this device, how it works, and all that kind of thing. Halfway through my conversation with this uncle, sitting at the same table with this auntie, suddenly this auntie has an attack of Parkinson, and her whole shoulder is been like that. Terrible. I've not seen people suffering like that. It's really sad to see her. I mean, such an old lady. I feel so painful seeing her. But so uncle said, look at her. Now she's getting the attack again. What are you going to do? So I said, uncle, can I let her wear this and try? So he said, yeah, why not? Since you're here, why not try? So I put it on the wrist and asked the Indonesian maid to hold on to the nose because she's shaking so violently. It could not stay in the nose. Now, surprisingly, just 40 minutes, 30 minutes after using it, she calmed down. She actually calmed down. Oh my God. I was not confident, to be very honest. I was not confident because I saw her, the tremor that she had was so severe that I am not confident that this device can actually help her to calm her down, right? To be very honest, I have no confidence at all. And it actually did. She she totally calmed down after half an hour. And the uncle just the same thing, took out the check from the drawer, wrote the check for me, and thank you very much, Billy. That's it. It's not my sale. It's my friend's sale. for me, it's not so much the money. It's for me, is to help people. I feel so good to be able to see auntie is good. To me, it is the most important thing is seeing people well. Right? So this is my personal experience on nerve stimulation in terms of Parkinsonism. Right? Then, of course, the pain, the analgesic, the reduction is fantastic. Then, other than that, well, the metabolic effect will definitely set in. It reduce your weight at the same time because why? When your metabolism increases, right, you burn up a lot of energy. It burns up a lot of fat. Excess weight will come down, right? But of course, if you keep on having kuduri and feast every now and then, it may not come down, it may go up instead. But if you eat as normal and use this device regularly, twice a day or 3 times a day, I assure you, your weight will be maintained and brought down. It has helped me. I was wearing close to 38, size 38 from 34 to 36. And from 36, there's no 37 inch pants. I got to buy the Docker 38. Now I don't wear all those 38. I don't wear 36 also. Now I'm just wearing 34, 35. Right? So that is a fantastic improvement in terms of the my baseline. Of course, I also eat as usual, yeah, but I don't really control. Other than that, it will help you in terms of the what the Chinese say, the three high, hypertension, uh, high sugar, diabetic, and high cholesterol, the three high. Some COA, they say, you see. So it will definitely bring down your blood pressure, but to bring down the blood pressure, you need to be consistently monitoring, right? You do not take off the medication straight away because if you have hypertension and you're on medication, if you take off your medication straight away, it may cause you to have stroke and heart attack, which is dangerous. I wouldn't recommend that. You would need to monitor for some time, especially go and see your pharmacist or your doctor. And if actually comes down for a certain period of time, it will be very stable. Then you can slowly take off your medication or reduce your medication to a lesser dosage. That will be fine. But do it with the aid of a professional, right? Don't simply say, oh, today mine is 110, 70, or 60 is too low, so I stop medication. Tomorrow, you suddenly go to your workplace, you got angry with somebody, you shout at him, your blood goes up, you get the stroke. No. So that's just too bad. So you don't do that. You gradually monitor and take off your or tame down your medication or titrate them accordingly with your professional help. Okay, that's very important. Of course, in terms of cholesterol, it will take you probably 3 months to actually see a reduction. It cannot be immediate. It takes about 6 months to do that, 3 months. So the other thing is blood sugar too. Blood sugar can come down because you improve your metabolism. It burns up more glucose and sugar in your blood. Yeah, it will definitely come down. But how much it comes down, it depends on how you control it also. So don't be too overconfident that, oh, this can bring my sugar down. I can take nasi lemak with cendol, the Penang cendol famous one. I take 2 bowls. No, sorry, you can't. You will definitely had a problem with the diabetes. Okay, so it's important to monitor, and then your medication got to go along with your food and your lifestyle. That's very important. And so these are the three that you need to watch. Those who have high cholesterol, if you are on medication for a long time, don't stop immediately, because if you stop, your cholesterol will go up, right? So you need to gradually reduce it and take it off eventually, but it takes time. So these are the three things you got to watch. Other than that, accelerated healing, it will help, because I've seen a lot of people with wounds, surgical wounds, bed sores, this whatever amputation wounds, things like that. It heals so much faster. That is proven to me many times over. In my practice as a pharmacist, I've seen a lot of patients coming to me. Their mother got cold sores, they got amputated limbs, they got surgical wounds. It heals so much faster and so much better. That I can watch for it. That's for sure. It can definitely help. So these are the few things that you need to be watchful of, which is very effective. And as I say, because of this efficacy of this product, it can definitely helps you in terms of the general health of your body. Of course, it says that it can help you to alleviate or even cure 70 illnesses in the body and all that. I would think it's more than that. But we've been human, unless there is pain, we will say there's nothing. So as long as we're healthy, that's okay. Now, coming back to the fundamental part of it is, we are experiencing a very difficult time of pandemic called the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I hope everybody is mentally stable, healthy, and keeping strict SOP in your lifestyle. And I hope you can get the vaccination. If you have not got one yet, go and get it. Of course, we have heard a lot about the vaccine side effects, death here and there. Yeah, but the risk of getting COVID and the death and suffering that you may incur, right, is so much higher than the percentage of getting a side effect from the vaccine. Right, so I would advise that you go and take. I have taken it. My wife has taken it. So just go and take it as soon as possible. And of course, apart from that, even if you have taken it, you still got to keep very strict SOP. Now, the laser light therapy can actually help you to build up your immunity system. That's for sure. So I have actually have three new uh, information that came in just about a few days ago regarding the use of photobiomodulation. That means using low laser light therapy that can help alleviate the symptoms of COVID-19 positive patient in terms of stopping the cytosine storm and increasing the bradykinin storm at the same time, and help to reverse the epithelial dysfunction of the lungs, anti-inflammatory function of the lungs and the blood vessel at the same time. This, in fact, I have three latest study that came in. So I it's pretty long. One is a Canadian study. It says adjunctive photobiomodulation for COVID-19 pneumonia. And that is positively identified that it's actually helped COVID patient who has been identified as positive to elevate their condition in terms of those who are in stage grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, which need to be intubated and use oxygen and causing fibrosis of the lung. This can definitely help them to reverse this effect and to stop this cytosine storm that has caused inflammation in the organs and the lungs and causing a lot of phlegm to be produced. At the same time, it can also cause a fibrosis of the lung. The patient cannot access to the exchange of air in the alveoli. It will cause the death of the patient. Right? So this has been conclusively proven with this study. So I would advise that patients, I mean, we can use it every day to help us to improve our lung function, our epithelial function, to prevent ourselves from COVID symptoms. That is very important. People who have already been proven positive, they must use this to improve their condition, to prevent them from getting from, say, grade 3 to grade 4 to grade 5. Right? There are actually 3 studies there, which has come in just a matter of weeks. Is 2021. So it's just a very new study. So it is conclusively proven that low light laser therapy can actually help COVID patients to improve their symptoms quite immediate, at the same time to improve their recovering condition faster, right? Because there are even people who had the COVID and then they have what they call the long COVID suffering. In terms of 3 months, 6 months down the line, they are still suffering the COVID effect. In this case, if you use low light laser therapy, our device, it should be able to help you to elevate all these side effects of the COVID to be healthy again, which is very, very important. And I would like to say that there are certain points in the body, especially for those people who are suffering from asthma, from COPD, or this what they call chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or ARDS, acute respiratory syndrome. you can actually use in this point. This is the lung point. You use the device on this point and put the device here, both fingers, right? These are the lung, the acupuncture points for the lungs. If you put it there 40 minutes, 4 bars, I would think after using this one session, you can actually see the improvement in your breathing. That experience I would like to relate to you is I met a guy who was a retired guy in KL, also about 80, 81, 82. A friend of mine brought me there. He's a pharmacist. So this guy, if you see him, you'll be shocked because that's the first time I see somebody carry around oxygen tank with him. Miniature oxygen tank about 2 feet, right? He carries around with him. He walks around with it, and there's a laser line in his nose all the time, all the time. So my friend took me there. He says, "Whether you can help this Francis?" I said, I went in and looked at him. I said, my God, this guy, serious condition, how to help him? So I said, anyway, we are there already, we try lah. So I have two devices. One I put on the wrist here, right behind the thumb. I wrap it there with the wrapper with my strap. Another one I put it on the wrist. A normal way you wear the watch. Where is the device here? The normal where you wear the left wrist and then put a nasal line. So there are two devices on the arm, on his hand. One on the wrist, on the behind the fingers, the thumb. Another one on the wrist. So there are two devices on his left arm. You use it for 40 minutes. I tell you, I'm really surprised. After going through for about half an hour or so, you know what this guy Francis says? He was taking off his laser line and he's doing that. So I says, "Hey, my God, what is this guy doing? Is he finding it difficult to breathe, or what? What is the problem with him?" So he's trying to drag in air into his lung. You see, so what I did was actually, okay, you put 40 minutes with the light on, you put it there, right? Then you wrap it up. We wrap it up with a wrapper, with a strapper. You wrap it up there. Right? You can see, right? So it's on the laser light is on the wrist behind the thumb, right? So you wrap it there. 40 minutes, 4 bars. So I can tell you, after 40 minutes, he took off his nasal line and he's breathing. He's breathing, pulling in air and all that. And then everybody tell me, "Hey, this is a fantastic device." I said, "Why? I have never been breathing so good. This is the first time I actually can breathe well." Oh, that's a fantastic surprise for me, man. He is suffering from COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, because he has been a very heavy smoker uh, all his life for the last 60 over years. So he developed this COPD. It means because of the tar have accumulated in the lungs, the alveoli has been blocked with tars and all that. There is no oxygen being exchanged in the lungs. He needs positive pressure oxygen all the time. And with this, immediately he can feel the improvement. Without using the oxygen line, he can breathe well. He says it's the first time in his life he can breathe well. And so when he asked me how much is that, I said the 3,800. Oh, you just hang on, hang on. He says, I'm going to call my son. He took his phone, he called his son. His son is a CEO of one big company. Yeah. Staying about 3-4 doors away. He just took the phone. Son, can you just come over? I would like you to talk to this uncle. Yeah. Come over now. So he actually literally a very nice boy, about 40 odd years old, very nice boy, ran over to the house. Yeah, Dad. He came in there. Yeah, Dad. Anything? So he says, yeah, it's Uncle Billy. Can you arrange payment for him 3,008? I want to buy this device. Just that. And the son said, no problem, Uncle. You give me your card. I give him a card. He says, I'll transfer the money to you because I'm on the way rushing to take my children for tennis license. And that's how it is. That's the experience of how good this device is to help people with severe COPD. My God, I've never seen guys suffer like that. And you can imagine, it's like a fish without water. Can you imagine how it's suffering? It's terrible. It's just drowning. So that's my experience of COPD. So the patients who have asthma, who have COPD, who have ARDS, this will definitely help you, right? Patient who has a suffering problem of sinusitis, especially, they may have problems with the nose or breathing, like myself. Okay, talking of sinus of myself, I suffer sinusitis for the last 40, 50 years. I will definitely every year, seasonally, at least twice a year, I will suffer very severe chronic sinusitis. Severe, very, very severe. Severe in the sense that I got to take antihistamine, nasal drop. I got to cleanse my nose 3 times a day. I got to take antibiotic, take out infection, all that kind of thing for about 2 weeks, twice a year at least, because of I'm staying in Alostar. Alostar is a rice bowl of Malaysia. So whenever there's harvesting, a lot of pollens will be flowing around, and that's the time I will get it. So at least twice a year. And touch wood, since I use this device until now, almost 2 years, I never have a problem of sinusitis. Never. I can honestly watch with you. Never had a problem with sinusitis. 2 years already. And that doesn't go just me. My son too. My son suffer from rhinitis. Every morning he wakes up, he got to sneeze for about 10 minutes before he can come out from the toilet. His nose all red, runny nose, clear up, then he come out. After using this device just for 3 days, it stopped totally until now. So for those people who are suffering from sinusitis, this is a fantastic device. You should use it. That's how good it is in that sense. So in terms of COVID, coming back to COVID, there are certain things that you need to watch. First thing, you must have a good rest, right? That means to build up your recovery system in the body. You must have a strong mentality. That means you have a positive mind, happy mind. You may do meditation, you may do chanting, you may do whatever, listen to music or whatever to calm your mind. Otherwise, you're like now with the lockdown, you end up with a depression, right? Then you got to eat well. Don't eat feasting every day. You put on weight and then you suffer, right? Eat well, rest well, eat a lot of vitamin C, zinc, vitamin E, vitamin D3, 1,000 milligram vitamin C every day, right? And CV8 you can take, right? That is very good for your immunity system together with Fortico. That is cholesterol. All this will build up your antibodies in the body and build up your immunity. So if you do this daily, CV8, Fortico, and I mean vitamin C, zinc, vitamin E, and vitamin D3, you will be very healthy in terms of building up your immunity system against COVID as well as any other diseases that you may encounter along in your life. Because we are not just exposed to COVID, we are exposed to all kinds of bacteria and viruses throughout our life. COVID is nothing, it's just something new, coronavirus that has been mutated. We have been living with the coronavirus for the last maybe 50, 60, 100 years ago, because when you have a common cold, that is actually caused by coronavirus, right? So it's nothing very new to us as a medical guy, but this is a new mutated type of coronavirus. So it's causing a lot of deaths and suffering. So we have got to be very careful. So if you take care of yourself and use IM laser at least twice a day, drink a lot of warm water before, after, I would think you'll be quite safer. Yeah, but of course, SOP, you got to keep, means to say that this distancing for people, don't go to crowded area, wash your hand regularly if you touch anything. Try to use air sanitizer humidifier in the house, because now it has been proven by WHO that it's already airborne, right? That means the air that is you are breathing can contain COVID viruses. So you use this humidifier sanitizer in the house or in your office, you'll be able to kill these viruses and bacteria in the air. I use it. I would recommend that you use it, right? So if you have any problem getting it, you can always call me. I can assist you. And I do take what we call Androtech tablet, 2 tablets a day, just as a preventive measure, as a supplement against COVID-19. These are approved by the Ministry of Health Thailand, but not the Malaysian side. Yeah. So I take it as a supplement, 2 tablets a day. Androtech, right? It is a herbal supplement, herbal extract of this what we call snake plant in Chinese, or beside kuching. So I'll be taking that. Other than that, there are a lot of talk about cure of ivermectin, dihydrochloroquine, things like that. It has not been approved by the Ministry of Health yet, so be careful if you need to use it. But if I got it, I will use ivermectin. That's for sure. 36 milligram once a day, 3 days. That's it. COVID gone. Hopefully, yeah, I don't get it lah. Just in case you have any problem, you can always call me. I can try to assist you in every way I can, and try to use AGX. AGX, our Vantros antibacterial, antivirus sanitizer, as well as for wound infection. That's pretty good. So you can use that. It's non-alcoholic, so it's good in the sense because if you use ethanol too much, then your hands may be very dry and also poisonous. So try to use. I use that. Yeah. So I find it very good. So anything else that you have any problem? Another thing is you need to have defecation good also, because you tend not to have enough exercise because of this lockdown. Try to take Purita tea, which I do. I do it every day. I feel we share just 1 packet a day, myself, my wife. You go to the toilet well, you detoxify your body. That's how you keep yourself healthy, right? Detoxification is a very important part to keep yourself healthy, right? That's very important. So there are things that the company is telling us are all towards gearing you to be healthy. So try to use them, and you can see your life will change for the better. Okay. Other than that, eating well, sleep well, take care, stay at home. I think that's all for the moment that I can tell you, to share with you what I know, my limited knowledge that I have. So anything else that you would like to know more that I can assist, you're welcome. Right? You're welcome anytime. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I appreciate your time and your presence. Wish everybody good health, stay happy, and stay safe. Right? If you anything that I can assist, you are most welcome. Right? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, brother Billy. Yeah,
Yeah.
our pharmacist is very, very helpful all the time. And
Mm.
I still remember last time when last year, no, last time when we just started this Zoom meeting, Billy got very, very busy, after our meeting, a lot of members were calling him. He's so kind, he answer all the question. He say sometimes even 11 o'clock people call him. Oh, come on, 11 private time. uh, all right. Okay. Billy Yunlin asked what type of sanitizer humidifier to use.
Actually, I do sell one, which actually kills bacteria and virus 99.9%. It's a humidifier. 1 liter of filtered water, you just add 20 ml of the sanitizer solution. So it's 1 in 50 dilution. For 1 liter of water, you can use it for 12 hours in the room that is 1,000 square feet. So it's not expensive. The whole set of 2 bottles of 2 liters of the sanitizer solution with the device sanitizer together with the hand sanitizer, it only costs 249 ringgit per set. Yeah, I'm selling that, and in fact, I've been selling a lot of that. I recommend my friends to use it. Yeah, I use it. I use it in the house. I use it in my office. Yeah. That's very important to use it. Don't play because now it's already considered airborne. So it's not like those days we
Yeah,
talk
correct.
about the coughing and contact about 6 feet, 8 feet. No, now no more. It's in the air. So you have got to be very cautious about that. Yeah. They can call me. I can courier to them. Actually, I don't make much with the courier service.
Okay.
Nothing much to be paid, but I can assist them anytime.
Billy handphone is there on the screen. Alcohol free. Is it alcohol free?
Yeah. It's alcohol free.
Because it's a water based. We mix with water.
It's water based. It's very safe. Even for babies, it's safe. Even you happen to drink the solution, it's safe. Yeah. So you don't have to worry. Yeah.
Kena COVID can drink,
No. I wouldn't have one.
Okay, Billy, Yulin had one question earlier, quite early the time. Why every time I place on my nostril, it causes my mouth, nostril, and ear become dry?
Sorry, come again.
Why every time she place it on her nose, place the nostril, it causes her mouth, the nose, and ear become dry. Ear also.
Oh, ear also, because the ear and the nose and the mouth are all connected through the oscillation tube. So we can actually all interconnected. The nose, the ear, the mouth are all interconnected. So some people are a bit sensitive towards this laser light. Yeah. So if you are sensitive to laser light, I would recommend you to use apply some aloe vera gel or any moisturizing solution, gel or cream in your nasal before you use. It should be okay. Then you wouldn't experience that. And drink warm water before and after. Then rehydrate the area. It should be okay. Yeah, try and see. And then if it's really not okay, then you try to reduce the intensity and the time of the usage of your device. Maybe instead of 30 minutes, 3 bars, you use 2 bars, 10, 20 minutes is enough.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I have mute all of you. So just watch out, be careful. Yeah. So make sure you don't make some unnecessary voice or noise. Okay, people born with hole in the heart can use this device or not, Billy?
Should be no problem to use hole in the heart. Definitely can use to improve its condition. Yeah, but try to start off with lower intensity and shorter time to acclimatize the patient to it. Even people a lot of people are asking me about this is cardiac pacer. Now, the cardiac pacer is to regulate the heartbeat, right? So it's the device which actually have a lot of electronic chips inside. So with our magnetism, it can actually cause some distortion of the signals inside. So make sure that the device, your IM laser, is away from your heart at least 1 foot away. Then you should be safe. Yeah, don't put it on your heart too close because our IM laser contains a magnet here. So the permanent magnet can actually cause the cardiac pacer to malfunction. So be careful about that. Yeah. If you put the wrist away from you like that, your heart pacer is here, you are safe, not to worry. And it will definitely help you. But start with the lower intensity and the shorter period of time to acclimatize yourself to it first before you put on to 30 minutes and 30 seconds. 30 minutes and 3 bars. Slowly. Okay. So some people can even experience palpitation also. Like when they first use it, some people are very sensitive. They feel palpitation, their heart are jumping very fast. So even then, you can use it at a shorter period of time and lighter intensity. 2 bars or start with 1 bar. Even for babies, you can start with 1 bar, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, okay. But gradually increase. Yeah. Don't go straight away. 30 minutes, 3 bars. A lot of people cannot take it. Yeah.
Hi, Billy.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. I just want to mention that the rheumatoid arthritis patient, customer, so put the device on the hand or put on the laser or on the wrist. On the hand, that RA patient, RA customer.
RA?
Rheumatoid arthritis.
RA patient, you can use it the normal way, is good enough. That means on the wrist, 3 bars, 30 minutes, 2-3 times a day. But if you have a severe arthritic condition in that particular joint, you can actually use the whole wash or the silicone patch on that spot at 40 minutes and 4 bars intensity. Yeah, straight on the spot.
Straight on the spot. Oh, that's
Yes,
good.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight on the spot. It should definitely help because the anti-inflammatory effect will be very fast as well as to take off the pain.
Okay.
Spot
Yeah.
treatment, that's very effective. Yeah. But make sure the most important thing of using this IM laser, the main part that can cause harm to you will be the IM laser should not be shined into your eyes directly because that can cause damage to your cornea.
Okay. Yeah.
That's very, very important. Make very sure you don't look into the red light. Yeah.
Other than eyes, other place that cannot put.
Other than eyes, I think the rest of the thing are pretty safe. Yeah, all pretty safe. Everywhere else should be pretty safe. Maybe certain areas where the skin is very thin and very sensitive, be a bit careful lah. You may get irritation very fast. Yeah.
Okay.
And some sensitive, they can feel the heat also. Yeah. It's mild, but you can still feel the heat. It's not like 100% cold. It's not that. I can feel the heat too because I'm pretty sensitive. Yeah. Slight, but not like the burning sensation or things like that. No, it's not. But you can feel the heat. It's different. Yeah.
Okay, Billy, according to another speaker, that he said that maximum is to use twice a day only, not more than that.
No, not necessarily. You can use 2-3 times a day, no problem.
Okay, that's good.
The nasal line you can use 2-3 times a day, not a problem. For spot treatment, you can you can use it your spot treatment if you want onto spot 2-3 times a day. To be very honest with you, I suffer from OA, osteoarthritis knee, for more than 40 years because I'm a very active guy. I do a lot of things when I was young. Now I'm suffering because of old age, right? So my OA has been diagnosed more than 40 years ago, and I suffer 24 hours, 24/7 pain. I don't take the analgesic because there are a lot of side effects, and I don't take any other a lot of supplements to have it. So when I have this IM laser, I actually use it on my knee. Okay, I show you what I meant. I actually use it on my knee. Let me see how to show you my knee. How to show you my knee? Okay, I use it on my knee this way. You see?
Yes, can see.
Can
Yeah,
there
can
are
see.
2 dimples on your knee, right? On the left and the right, right? Then
Okay.
another one behind.
All right. Yeah.
Behind, right? These 3 spots, these 3 spots, you use 4 bars, 40 minutes. You rotate it around. One day you do it two sessions like that. I can assure you, one day enough. You can see the difference. Just one day. And even one session for this arthritic knees, OA, or people are suffering a lot of knee damage. I mean, most people above 50 years old and they are active, normally they would have a lot of knee problems. That I have seen. A lot of people, you can say probably 80-90% of people above 50 active in their young days, those who are doing taekwondo, running, sports, that kind of thing, football, rugby, they will suffer. They will definitely suffer. So you use it circular like that, 2 dimples and the one behind, 40 minutes, 4 bars, two rounds. I can assure you, you'll feel fantastic. Really fantastic. That is my personal experience. So I have a lot of people who have this problem, honestly. Yeah. There's one Malay lady who bought a device, a Japanese device, using electricity. What the Cosmos, Cosmos machine. I don't know whether you have heard of it, Japanese. 28,000, no, the device she bought. She bought because she went for free therapy in KL. Then she bought because she has OA knee, both knees suffering. So she bought. Then this friend of mine took me to see her that she's suffering from this. So I went. Went to actually we met in a one morning breakfast stall in before the MCO in PJ. So we had breakfast there, and she came there. Then I put her on the knee for 40 minutes. Then after that I finished. I asked her to walk around. She walked. She felt good, and straight away she bought from me. One unit, in spite of the fact that she bought 28,000 Cosmo machine, and she told me she cannot sleep because of the pain. In spite of the fact she already bought the 28,000 Cosmo machine and had been using for about a month, it doesn't help her. This device, just one session, she can feel the difference. And after about 2 weeks, when I already back in Alostar, she called me, just, Billy, can you come and see me again when you're up in KL? So I went, and she bought another unit for the sister. That's how it is, you see. So that's how I tell you, my selling is, yeah, it's good. It's all interpersonal. It's all personal one, not like the, you know. So it's a fantastic experience. People really feeling the thing. Then another one is people who has a problem with tinnitus and vertigo. I think you can try using it on the left wrist and put the prop into the ears. I have a teacher who has been suffering from tinnitus for about 3 years. She has been to University Hospital, all that, nothing happened because as far as we are concerned, tinnitus, you cannot do anything. And for me as a pharmacist, of course, you can take a supplement called Ginkgo biloba to help to alleviate your tinnitus problem, as well as vertigo. Basically, it's all in the ear problem. And she used this into her ear just about 3 days, twice a day, 3 days, and her tinnitus gone. That's fantastic. I mean, how it really helps, I don't know, but it's gone. Yeah. So that's how it is. So I really seen wonderful results with this device in terms of a lot of things which, frankly, medically is kind of hard to take off or cure because a lot of etiology is not known to us yet. Yeah, that's right. But it helps. It really helps. Really, she's so happy. She got cured of tinnitus after 3 years. Yeah. So anything else you'd like to ask? Yeah.
Any time frame for using the device after vaccination? I think if you are in the group,
I
you
think after
have that
vaccination,
answer. Yeah?
try to stay off using IM laser for at least maybe 1 week or more lah. Because the reason why you have the vaccination is actually to stimulate your body to create that protein and immunity in your system. Now, IM laser actually, in a way, actually can destroy the vaccine part of it. So it may cause the efficacy of the vaccine in the body to be produced, the immunity system. So I would think that's best is stay off a week to 2 weeks. For me, I stayed off for 2 weeks. I stayed off everything for 2 weeks. I just let my body heal itself, build up the immunity for itself for the COVID. Yeah, at least 1 to 2 weeks. I would not say 1 2 days. No, 1 or 2 weeks at least. Yeah, stay away from all these devices for 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay, one question is IM laser Vantros selling in UK? No, you can send it from here that you get for your stockists, and then you can send it from here, send to UK. We have been sending this recently only. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Jessica
send it.
asked, yeah. If that people cannot drink more water, how a day can consume 500 ml water only? Oh, if you cannot drink more water, then you don't drink too much lah. Because some people they might be suffering from this
Kidney
dialysis
problem. Yes.
kidney failure. Yeah, yeah. You can't drink means you can't drink.
Yep. Yeah.
But our experience is those people with this problem after using IM laser, they can drink from 500 to 750 or 1 liter. That's a good news. Yep. Yeah, Billy, I think you want to add something about this.
Yeah. In terms of those kidney dialysis patient, of course, you're not expected to drink a lot of water because your kidney malfunction. So you just drink whatever is needed, maybe 100 ml a time, space it out. Yeah, it should be okay. Be okay. What Steve said?
Parkinson patient after using IM laser, heartbeat become fast. Any advice? Oh, heartbeat
That's
become fast. How fast?
heart fibrillation is very normal. It's very normal because a lot of people are very sensitive to devices like this, right? Even some patients, some people goes near to a television or magnetic wave devices like microwave, things like that. They can actually feel that their heart is having problem like abnormal, which is common. Just reduce the intensity and the period of use is good enough. You can acclimatize the thing gradually, no problem. But initially, you can feel the fibrillation of the heart. That is quite common. That's quite common. Yeah. You can still use, but don't use at the first start with 30 minutes, 3 bars. No, maybe 1 bar, 10 minutes. Increase after 3-4 times, twice. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, you can gradually build. Yeah.
Jessica was saying that just now the question she throw in is because the patient is due to heart problems. Oh, heart problem very complicated, yeah.
Not
That's
heartbroken.
why heartbroken, sorry ya. Sekarang tak boleh jumpa. Go
Heartbroken
cross
got to find
border.
new partner. I am laser cannot help.
Heart problem, no. If you cannot drink more water, means you cannot drink more water. Because if your heart doesn't work well, the water retention in your body is retained there, and it gets more, and then you get worse. It's very dangerous. Why wait until heart problem baru you pakai dulu lah sebelum you kena. Sorry. Heart problem cannot drink. Yes, Jessica. Heart problem you cannot drink means you cannot drink. No joke. Yeah. Ask him to go and buy some. Don't know what kind of machine that can reduce the water molecule one. Serious. This patient they need this kind of
Heart
water.
solution.
Yeah, something like that. What other brand in the market? There are plenty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps.
So, anything else?
People with irregular heartbeat, can they use the device?
They can use irregular heartbeat, as I say, use at a lower intensity, short period of time, gradually increase should be okay. Can use, definitely can use.
I have many customers with this problem. After using IM laser, it gets stabilized. Yep.
Yeah.
Getting better.
Yeah. Gradually, gradually.
How safe is cancer patient using IM laser? Wow. Cancer patient, ayo, mai xe lòa là, okay? If let's say the guy there feel like he got no chance, no hope, bo kiu liao, si bé tưng quả bé y, then it's okay. If those people they are very particular, you go interview them, then lúc xuôi lòa càng khó là. In fact, IM laser is very good for cancer patient one. Because when your body got oxygen, more oxygen, right? It's very good for your body cell. Cancer cells survive at the environment whereby it is less sort of oxygen, not enough oxygen. So these cancer cells survive, and at the end they can overcome it and it grow. So can use one. In fact, I have many cancer patients, but sometimes in the public, very difficult to advise you on the cancer patient. Most of the time, you need to know the person, you need to know their family, and then you need to explain to all of them. Or else, buta cincai pakai ayo.
Don't
When the fellow
overclaim,
gets killed,
honestly. Do
when
not
the fellow gets
overclaim the
correct.
efficacy of the device. Because if you give people false hope, that is very wrong. Yeah.
Because cancer patients also, there are many stages one. Like one of my friends in-law, he's fourth stage, is terminal, no chance already, and he's suffering pain and got to inject morphine, I think one day once. So my friend bought it for him. And I went to see him, I delivered to him in KL, no, from Penang. So once I passed it to him, immediately he used, he can talk. And I think he only lived for another 10 days. But the last 10 days was very meaningful for the family because he can talk. Right? The last 10 days he can communicate with the family, and then, oh yeah, rest in peace. So this case, no hope, cannot. Organ already rosak semua. Some more chemo, taruh. You know, chemo kill everything, like the carpet bombing in Vietnam.
So?
A lot of questions. Sorry, we talk too much. I missed. I'll say, can I refer my Penang friend to you as he's suffering from sinusitis? Can, no problem, Billy.
No problem, no worry.
Is there a problem using it without knowing after vaccine supposed not to use? Okay, I got a few friends that use, and then after vaccine, then only got a new, then they ask me, why you didn't tell me? I said, I also don't know, now only I know. And then I got a friend, he purposely use it after vaccination, he and his wife. Nothing happened. First stage
Nothing
breast
happened because
cancer.
they don't even know whether their immunity system has been built up, because normally it takes about 2 weeks for the vaccine to work. You see? So it takes the body to be immunized about 2 weeks from the first injection. After that, the second injection, another 2 weeks to be fully effective in terms of their immunity to COVID-19, but that also not to all variants. Yeah. So you
If you
need to
already use it, then use it. Doesn't matter. But
uh,
after you go and inject okay lah. I have to mention the brand, Pfizer. Okay, my uncle fell down. I tell you, my uncle fell down I think the next day. Okay, my uncle is very healthy one, you know. Never
they
fall
can't
sick
say,
one. A very healthy man. He is 70 plus, still very healthy, very fit. Fell down. Yeah, got to send him to hospital for checkup because he knocked his head.
Oh, yeah.
Don't play.
Yeah. It can do a lot of things.
First stage breast cancer. Really?
Try not to lah. Cancer is a very touchy illness.
Cancer
So
take
actually,
CV8 lah. CV8. Okay.
Yeah, CV8. Yes, I would recommend you to take
CV8
CV8.
would be the best.
Yeah.
Would be the best because the wild ginseng is already classified, medically proven.
CV8, yes, definitely.
Clinical trials are proven that this ginseng, wild ginseng, the old one, not the 5-6 year one, the old one, the don't know RG3, I don't know what for, I can't remember. These are very good for can treat cancer. Got good chance. And one of my customer in February, he was diagnosed 4th stage. Listen, 4th stage, lymph node cancer. Lymph node normally very fast when it spread to the whole body because it's the last defense line in your body system, defense system. He was diagnosed, he used IM laser, he took CV8, and hallelujah, last week the doctor declared he is free from cancer, 4th stage. So CV8 is fantastic, perfect. I would suggest that you introduce CV8 to him or to her. Cannot be him. No, cannot say men better don't get breast cancer. No cure one. 100% die.
Yeah, breast cancer in men, the fatality rate is very high. Very high.
So die one.
Can use an open wound. Yeah, you can.
Very
Can.
good.
Can.
Very good. I cut my toe once. I use it on the open wound. After 5 minutes, I put 4 bar, 5 minutes. You see the stop bleeding. And then I have
Actually, open wound, you can use the PSR that we have, straight onto the wound. You can see the wound actually close up immediately, but it's very painful. It's very, very painful.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
You can really see the wound really close up, but very stinging, very painful.
Kena tahan a bit.
It's really fantastic. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it. Yeah. So, anything else that anybody want to ask? We are most welcome. Call me anytime, but try not to call too late lah. Give me a chance to sleep also lah.
What's your working hour? 8 to 5. Can extend it 3 more hours until 8.
Well, actually, last time when we first talking at that time, I remember when we first started, people call at 11:30. You talk until 12 o'clock. My God, I so panic. Sleeping suddenly, phone call comes late at night. Panic, man. Yeah, what's happening? Yeah, so don't make my heart go too fast. Cannot tahan also.
Yeah, the irregular habit.
Okay, nothing else then. We call it a day. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope to see you guys again.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
And thank
Take
you,
care,
Billy,
stay
for your
safe.
advice. There's a professional advice from pharmacist, pharmacy Billy. Thank you all. And it's 4:10 now. So, well, we make it a day. Today is Friday. TGIF. Last time TGIF, you happy hour. Now you got happy hour at home with your family. They will have a good family time. And stay safe, stay healthy. Use your eye laser if your throat itchy. You saw a bit. Take CVX. Yeah, CVX is really good. Okay, all right, guys. And
Okay, bye-bye.
thank you very much. Bye-bye.